Section 41 of Up One Pair of Stairs of my Bookhouse. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Nikki 504. Up One Pair of Stairs of my Bookhouse. Edited by Olive Beaupre Miller. The Bird of Paradise. A Tale of Papua New Guinea. There was once a time when the hornbill was king of the birds, and an ugly creature enough was he, with a horn on his nose no more beautiful than the horn on the nose of a rhinoceros. But the hornbill's voice was so loud that he could make more noise than all the rest of the birds put together. That is why he was king. Now one day the cockatoo came to the hornbill and said, "King, a strange bird has been seen in the heavens. His plumage is gold and emerald, and from under each shoulder there springs a tuft of golden plumes that he can raise at pleasure. When these are outspread about him, he seems not a bird at all, but a shower of molten gold in the air. A more beautiful creature never was seen, but the strange thing about him is that he seems to have no feet for the earth. Though he soars and soars in the sky above, he has never been seen to light on the earth." "What!" cried the hornbill. "A bird in the world that does not come and bow down before me? We shall see if he has no feet for the earth. Cockatoo, do you take all your tribe and pursue him. Make him your prisoner and bring him to me." So the cockatoo called together all his tribe and then mounted into air to give chase to the bird of paradise. Up, up, up they flew, but no matter how high they went, the bird of paradise was always above them. So at last the cockatoos fell back, exhausted, to the earth. "We flew, and we flew, and we flew," said the chief cockatoo, "but we could not one of us reach the height of the bird of paradise." At this, King Hornbill flapped his wings with an angry clatter, and he raised his hoarse voice till it sounded like the braying of an ass. "Call the chief of the parrots to me," he shrieked, and when the chief of the parrots had come, he ordered him to gather all his tribe together that they might give chase to the birds of paradise. Now the parrots were vain creatures, and they were sure they could make their wings carry them higher than any other birds had yet gone, so they set out sure of success. But while they were jerking along with great noise and commotion, straining every effort to keep their wings flapping, the bird of paradise soared silently above them, as though upborne by some power not his own, ever in motion and never needing rest. So at last the parrots, too, fell back to the earth, wearied out. "We cannot catch the bird of paradise," they reported to King Hornbill. "Some power greater than ours keep him on the wing." Then the hornbill sent out the kingfishers and the pigeons and the flycatchers and the honeysuckers, in fact every bird in his kingdom, to give chase to the bird of paradise. But there was not one among them who could fly half so high. "If he have no feet for the earth, he must sometimes hang himself by his long tail feathers to rest," said the cockatoo, and they watched continually to catch him thus. Yet no one ever saw him in constant, unwearied motion. At last, in a great rage, King Hornbill called the cassowary to him and said, "See here, you great lumbering creature, all the other birds have yet been sent up in the air to catch the bird of paradise, but you, with your 2 great feet that you cannot lift from the earth, you cannot fly at all. Now what are you going to do for me to bring this rebel down?" The cassowary thought a moment, and then he said, "O king, there is no need to chase him. I can tell you a better plan. He must get very little to eat, forever flying about in the sky. Bid your subjects spread out a feast for him, and so you will tempt him down from the heavens." So the honeysuckers brought honey, and the other birds brought fruit and berries and seeds and all their choicest bits of food, and they spread out their feast in an open space where the bird of paradise could see it. Come down and feast with us on the earth," they cried as they saw him appear above them. But the bird of paradise, with a warble of joy, made answer, "I am not hungry for your feast on earth. Come up and feast with me in the heavens." And he flew like a streak of sunshine up into the sky. "Then let us coax him down by offering him treasures," said the cassowary. So they heaped up a pile of necklaces and earrings of shell, teeth, bone, and feathers, and they cried, come down to earth, and all these treasures shall be yours." But the bird of paradise made answer, "I have no wish for your treasures of earth. Come up and find treasures with me in the heavens." And once again, glistening and shining, he soared away toward the sun. Now at this, what with King Hornbill's failing to bring the birds of paradise down, the other birds began to grow clamorous against him. They went whispering about among each other, till one day they rose all together with great noise and clamor, and took King Hornbill's prisoner. Then they bound him with thick vines in the dense forest, and went off screeching and shrieking to offer his crown to the bird of paradise. "O mighty bird of paradise," they cried, come down, and you shall be our king of all the birds of the earth." But the bird of paradise spread out his plumes like a shower of molten gold as he hung in the sky, and he cried in a voice that rang through and through them, "Who would be king on earth, where all is clamor and strife, and you labor and toil to fly on the strength of your own poor wings? I bow to the King of the heavens, and he bears me up with a mighty power, so I soar forever and am never weary. Come down to the earth? No! Do you cease your clamor and strife, and lend your wings to the King of the heavens? Then shall you be borne up above the earth, up to me in the sky. Come up! And he mounted higher and higher and higher, till he disappeared from sight. For a moment the noise on earth was stilled. Silently the birds went back to King Hornbill and released him, and never again did they try to bring the bird of paradise down. But from that day to this, every one of them is seeking to do as he bade them, to cease from clamor and strife, and to serve the King of the heavens, so that they too may leave the earth behind and soar forever and ever and ever. End of section 41. Recording by Nikki 504. End of Up One Pair of Stairs of My Bookhouse. Edited by Olive Miller.